Hello and welcome once again into my home. This is Rick Clay. I want to talk to you about questions and questioning things and why things are the way they are, and questioning what happens if we do this or go here. It's okay to question things, especially when it comes to religion or faith or God. Me personally, I have volumes of questions that nobody else seems to be able to answer for me, so I'm going to try to answer them for myself. Hopefully this will work for me. For some people it won't work. But I'm trying to take a more scholarly approach to my beliefs and my understanding. I would much rather sit and debate the issue or the question than be told this is the way it is. I don't necessarily believe everything I'm told by somebody who swears up and down that there's God. Because the fact of the matter is, there is not one person on the face of this planet that knows for certain that there is God. Nobody knows. You may have faith that there is a God. You may believe in your heart and your soul that there's a God. But unless you've been toe-to-toe with God, you don't know. And neither do I. And I'm not saying this is right or wrong, good or bad. I'm just saying people's perceptions, I think, are limited because they feel it's wrong to question. How do you understand the way something works? You take it apart, look at the smaller sub-pieces, and try to understand the mechanics, and then put it back together. If it still works, you might have a pretty good understanding of it. We do this in science with biology. You dissect something, take a frog. You're in high school or junior high. You dissect a frog in biology class to understand how the various systems in that frog's body works. How the respiratory system works in relation to the circulatory system or the nervous system. Well, the same thing needs to apply to religion. You need to understand what God is, where God is, who or what is God, and more important than anything else, you need to understand that it's okay to ask these questions. Now, if you ask questions like this and people get upset or, yell, get frightened or whatever, it's probably because they don't know themselves. And you're opening a door in their mind that they don't necessarily want opened. For me, like I said, I don't know that there's a God. I can't say there is. I can't say there's not. I don't know. Do I think that 6,000 years ago, everything in the universe was created in 6 days? No, I don't. There's too much in science that tells me otherwise. When I can take a rock that I find up in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado that has fossilized seashells in it that are 70 million years old, that's something tangible. I understand how that fossil got there. I understand what it is. It's not a concept to me. It's a fact. I'm holding it. Holding God or Jesus in your heart or your soul isn't the same. You can't compare the two. Okay? A lot of people on this planet believe that God is everywhere, in everything. That may be true. I don't know. Neither do you. And that's okay. That's the whole point here. Question it. I want to know. Is there one big pool of everything somewhere, and our universe as we know it is drawn from this pool when it's created and go back to that pool when it dies or when it goes away? That's what the Hindus believe. Does everything have a life force? Is all life sacred because it's created by God? Is an ant that's currently crawling up the outside of your house just as much a viable life as you? The Buddhists believe that. Doesn't make them right or wrong. Wiccans believe in the spirit of nature. The whole Mother Earth, Goddess, blessed be thing. That's okay too. Because honestly, nobody knows what's right. So question it. If you don't know something, ask. It's okay. Anybody worth their weight that's going to try to convince you of something should be able to back that up with things that make sense to you. They should be able to explain to you in detail how you can take this thing apart that is a religion, look at the individual pieces of it, understand it, and help you put it back together into something that's going to work for you. Now, if you do that, then you have found what you're looking for. You have found your spiritual place in the universe. If you question something, take it apart, understand it, but it doesn't quite go back the same, then that probably doesn't work for you, and you need to keep looking and keep asking. That's what I'm doing. I question stuff that I don't understand. It's part of my nature. I don't understand everything. I never said I do. But I want to understand as much as I can. I want to know what happens to me when I die. Simple answer, I go in the ground and rot and feed the bugs. And go back and break down into the elements that I am. Ideally, I like to think that, my body's going to go into the ground, but, maybe I'll come back as something else better next time. I don't know. And neither does anybody else. It's all speculative. It's all subject to interpretation. Because people ask. There's no right, there's no wrong. What works for you is what's right for you. But just don't accept what is right for you because somebody else tells you it's so. That's so important. Understand what you are going to believe. Ask the question. Okay, well, if God or Jesus wants me to live my life a certain way, why? Why is it important for me to go to church on Sunday when the Sabbath is actually on Saturday? Most people don't even know that. Most Christians that go to church on Sunday have absolutely no idea why they go to church on Sunday. Ask them if you don't believe me. I bet you 8 out of 10 people that go to church on Sunday have absolutely no idea why. The Sabbath is on Saturday. Ask. You might like what you find out. And it's okay to find out. There is no ultimate truth. There is no ultimate good or evil. There is no right or wrong. What's right or wrong is up here and here in your heart. It's not what's in a book or what somebody else tells you. I hope everybody has a good week. Thank you once again for listening. See you soon.